Check this out. These are not famous paintings. That is not a famous sculpture. Those are actually people, real people in costume on a stage portraying famous paintings. And it all happens just steps from the Pacific Ocean. So we're in Laguna Beach. Laguna is a Spanish word for bad traffic. Part of the reason the traffic's so busy today is the Pageant of the Masters is unfolding. This is an art festival that I've heard about for some time. And honestly, I thought it was like a Waiting for Guffman type deal. You know, like 30 or 40 people get together and do some arty thing. But we came down last night. I went and saw the show, or the pageant, if you will. Unbelievable. Thousands of people bringing famous works of art to life. I was blown away. So we're going there again, poke around backstage, see what we can find out. Think they'll let me be in one?
Absolutely.
Oh, God, that's going to be great.
Hey! Hey! I took a road that wandered, and before I really knew it, I found a place where people laughed and put their hearts into it. It ain't the job, it ain't the pay, no matter how you view it. A little word, a little place, somebody's gotta do it.
Every summer, here in Laguna Beach, a bunch of artistically inclined somebodies put together their annual Pageant of the Masters. Writer Dan Dooling became one of them back in 1981.
34 years ago, I got a call from the then director of the pageant, and he was looking for a new scriptwriter.
Yeah.
And he's telling me about this production of Tableau Vivant, which is a little footnote in theater history, which in graduate school you read about it, but was I going to take it seriously? No.
Right.
And it sounds like some kind of community extravaganza slash fiasco.
But Dan became a convert, and now he's the show's writer and historian, which leads us to a spectacular landmark.
I want to show you this parking lot. And just like so many things in Southern California.
If you've just joined us, we're about to see a parking lot. Honey, get in here.
Right. This parking lot was a cleared space in 1935 where Roy Ropp, the original creator of the Pageant of the Masters, presented on a stage that he built the Pageant of the Masters.
Like the rest of the country, this seaside artist colony was struggling during the Great Depression. The locals wanted to come up with a way to get people interested in art.
Isn't it interesting, though, that at the height of the Depression, the country turned in so many different ways to entertainment and art and, you know, the very things that, you know, you often think of as kind of an extravagance suddenly became kind of critical.
Well, we're coming up on the grounds of the Festival of Arts, which has been the home since 1941 of the festival and pageant. And you don't need a ticket because you're going to be in it.
Yep, I'm going to appear in the grand finale of the evening, becoming the living embodiment of the Apostle Bartholomew in Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. But first, it takes a lot of somebodies to bring art to life. 500, in fact. Time to meet a few.
The tech director, Richard Butch Hill.
Hey.
Hey,
This is
Mike.
I'm Butch. How are you?
Butch, I'm great,
Hey,
thanks.
I'm Rick.
Here's the man you're replacing. So
You're replacing me.
he-
I'm sorry. All right, so you are Bartholomew.
I am. I'm the Bart man.
And this is where you are?
I am.
Maybe I should see you up there in whatever posture, ultimately. This is the back of the table,
This is the
obviously.
back, yeah.
All right, so show me Bartholomew.
Stand on the box.
Uh-huh.
Your hand is around this roll, and the other hand is around the cup. You're going to have Bill Garrett, who stands here.
Who's Bill play?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
You've been standing next to him all year.
I know his name.
Bill the disciple?
I guess.
Okay. All right, so anyway, there you are.
You just lean your left shoulder into his back right shoulder, and you look down that way.
And what kind of expression does Bartholomew?
Neutral expression.
Neutral?
No expression whatsoever.
Show me neutral.
All right. So you're very close to him.
Okay.
The first week that we were on, and a small gust of wind just blew one of his stray hairs and came across my...
That's too bad.
That is.
How'd you handle it?
You just suck
tough it up.
Yeah.
You can't move, so you just tough it out.
Sometimes you got an apostle's hair in your nose. All right, I got it. So you're here.
Okay. Yep, both feet on the box.
Both on the box.
Yep.
Assuming a completely neutral expression.
Yep.
But not blasé, not bored.
Not bored.
Just neutral.
Neutral.
If you could tip your head a little that way as well, you get a little more light that way.
This way.
Oh,
This way. Yeah,
there you
there
go.
you
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Just so your head's parallel.
Now, is it going to be weird with me wearing the ball cap? Somewhere from beyond the pale, Da Vinci screaming. All right, great.
Think you can do that?
I believe I can hit this mark and assume an expression of indifference and hold it for 90 seconds. I've been holding that expression for most of my life, actually. Yeah, I'm going with surprise. Who ordered the lobster? All right, cool, I got it. I think I got it. Check.
At the Pageant of the Masters, classic art is brought to life with real people. For example, here I get to sit in for Charles Dickens in Victorian artist Robert Buss's painting, Dickens' Dream.
So who drew all this?
This is kind of a collaboration between probably 3 artists.
What's the size of the original?
It's only like a sheet of paper.
Exact scale.
Very cool.
They build the set, paint it white. It comes up on stage in the dark. We project the slide image on there so the artist can trace.
Right.
Then it goes out to the paint shop for a couple weeks. Comes back here for a lighting rehearsal or 2, and then it's gone through its whole process. We do that for every piece in the show.
I love it. How would Charles Dickens extract himself from his painting? Cuts.
A couple crew guys will pull this back and get him out of here.
Push the ejecto button.
Once these great works have been transformed into sets, they need the living part of living art, an unflappable core of volunteer performers.
Adam?
Nice to meet you, Mike.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Michelle.
Michelle? Who's this?
This is Hudson.
Hudson, how are you? Dada, doo-doo, and Mimi? So you're doo-doo?
I'm gonna go with that.
Dada?
If you don't mind.
No, he said doo-doo. I'm almost positive. So you guys, are you in this one, or are you just...
We're in 3 separate pieces.
Yeah.
We're not in this one, though. My wife's in a piece called Primavera. I'm in a piece called Windsor Castle.
Uh-huh.
And Lorelai, it's her 2nd year in the show, actually. She's in a piece called El Alejo. That's right.
Yeah? How old are you, Lorelai? 6 years old. And this is your first year?
No, second.
Second, just testing. I know that's what doo-doo said. I just wanted to make sure. So is it fun? Do you like it?
Yeah.
And you can hold perfectly still for 90 seconds?
Yes.
And what do you look like when you're holding still? What's your pose? Like this. What are you doing? Are you playing like a violin or something?
A guitar.
You're playing a guitar? Do you know what the name of the painting is that you do?
El Alejo.
Does it look like this? Yeah? Which one of these men are you? This one right here?
That's me.
That's you playing the guitar? This is John Singer Sargent?
Is it a John Singer Sargent?
Yeah.
Is it? See, I know stuff. Yeah, I know stuff.
It says it right on there.
Oh. Okay. I can also read stuff.
Let's give Grandma who works
She's in makeup.
I'm getting there, Dan. I'm getting there. I always get there, man. Sometimes I just take the scenic route. Makeup, Grandma, is that what we do? Why do you do it? How long have you been doing that?
Well, actually, I got Michelle involved when she was 5, so 28 years.
You've been doing this for 28 years.
Off and on, the whole family. And I started out in headpiece, and now I'm doing makeup.
So this is 3 generations of volunteering.
Yes.
Why'd you get them into it?
Initially, I think it was because our neighbor wanted somebody to carpool with him.
Did it work?
It worked, and so then we stuck with it the whole, entire time. And then Michelle started when she was 5. I started our son when he was 5, and we were excited when she got her piece at 5. And then we're hoping that Hudson will be.
He's got 3 more
Well,
years.
something tells me. I mean, no pressure, kid, but, we're all waiting. What a rich, rich pageant of a life you have to look forward to, my friend. Exactly. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
See you out here.
I got one more piece for you.
Bring her out.
Those volunteer performers have only one major challenge, staying perfectly still for 90 seconds. I'm gonna have a go at it with one of the tougher assignments, Perseus, Holding the Head of Medusa by Benvenuto Cellini.
Oh, wow, this is a whole different deal.
Yeah, so your hand's on the sword, and your arm is here. It's got an elbow rest. And you're up here.
Holding her like that?
We try to hide this, so that's kind of like how it goes. That keeps you steady.
I really thought that guy was just holding up that head. That would be tough. Wow, okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Starting. Lights are up.
But even with this contraption, 90 seconds is a very, very long time to do nothing at all. It's harder than it looks. I'll spare you the pain.
Okay, time's up.
So the guy who does this, he's all like cut and ripped, and he's a buff guy.
Yes.
That's too bad, man. I'd love a shot at this one, but I got an extra 20 I'm carrying.
Live theater makes you look thinner.
Does it take off 20 pounds?
No,
Of course it does.
dark theater makes you look thinner.
Yeah. Less light, please.
Is that coming through? There we go.
Butch and his crew are responsible for getting 44 paintings on and off the stage every night. Da Vinci, Sargent, movie posters to Manet. And they do it all in almost total darkness.
So it's literally painting after painting, flat after flat, set piece after set piece, and they stack them back here in the order that they're going to have to load them when they go on. So what you wind up seeing from the audience is just 1, 2, 3, 4 back stacked up like this. But here, it's like you're in the middle of a deck of cards
Grab a hold.
while they're being
Going back
shuffled.
in.
Yeah. Oh, what, did we pull the wrong one out?
Nope, we got it rearranged them.
Oh.
The plot of Pageant of the Masters is revamped every year by screenwriter Dan Dooling. This year's theme, the art detective. So how do you bring a script to life with a stage full of performers who don't speak? Well, that would be the job of the narrator.
Hey, Richard Doyle, how are you?
Richard Doyle.
The resolution of this story, as well as clues to other mysteries, are revealed within the case files of the art detectives.
There's a lot of really compelling stories around art. It has a lot of effect on our lives. Back through the ages, going back to Napoleon and before, back to the the building of the pyramids, art was such a coveted thing that art became a pawn. And it just takes it through the ages, whether it is in criminal activity or whether it is in, cultures fighting one another, coming up to the Second World War. So it's all about how the Nazis and the Third Reich, and Hitler in particular, Goering and those wonderful folks, decided that if they wanted to conquer the world, if they really wanted to possess the world, they needed to get the art. Because the art was the basis for all of the cultures of these various people that they wanted to subjugate. And that's pretty much true through the ages.
So they're shutting the main, which means the audience is coming in, which means, I guess,
Down to the main, please.
everything sort of changes starting now.
Background's coming in.
Let me translate. Mike, get the hell out of here.
It's just about an hour before the Pageant of the Masters begins. I'm headed backstage to get an up-close look at how people are transformed into classical works of art.
This is a chance to see a little bit more behind the scenes.
All right, so the headpieces?
Headpiece, yeah. Reagan
Hello.
forward.
Mike.
Reagan, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, Reagan. How do you spell your name, Reagan?
R-E-A-G-A-N, like Ronald.
No, that's R-O-N-A-L-D. All right, so you're in charge of this basic area?
Yeah.
And what is it about the headpieces down here that make it different than, say, a Broadway show?
We do caps, essentially, that fit to our cast members' heads.
Right.
So this was a buckram that fit to our cast members' heads.
Right.
So this was a buckram cap that I fit to the cast member's head. Then, cut out for ears, and it's painted. I make a hat that gets attached, and then this all is going to go on the cast member's head.
May I?
Huh?
So they're not necessarily wearing hats or wigs. They're wearing basically like a skull cap.
Like a skull cap.
All right? But it's all just a combination of hair and maybe ears.
Maybe ears.
Maybe a hat. Moses. So how many different heads are you responsible for? I guess, like, what?
Almost every single cast member gets a headpiece, so about 150.
What will I be wearing tonight?
You have, actually, the Last Supper wears wigs. We do some wigs.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Elijah?
Elijah, I'm Mike. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
You know you got pantyhose on your head.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do, man. Yeah, no. You do. You do. You do. You do.
No, you.
Oh, anyway. All right.
This will be you tonight.
Wait, are you volunteering?
Elijah, I'll take care of the questions. Think it'll fit? Is this something we should deal with now?
Actually, I think it will fit. We could try it. As you can see, our other cast member has a large head as well, so. Here.
Did Bartholomew have
He had a nice
sideburns?
little curly
Huh. I kind of like it.
It's not too much different than what you got already.
No, it is. Look at that. It's got a nice encroaching hairline, full head of curly hair. Bartholomew had it going on.
Yeah.
Upstairs, the lights have dimmed and the performance has begun. Backstage, the lights are bright and it's kind of weird.
That's so funny.
Peace, brother.
This is Victoria. In just a few moments, she's going to the casual ward. It's kind of a sad painting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look right there. Give me the saddest look you can. It's so sad.
Hello again.
What's up? Oh, I remember you. You were that smart aleck kid in makeup, getting this thing on.
He always knocks my hat off.
Does he?
Yeah.
What do you?
Attention on the patio. For the following report for makeup. Last Supper 1. Check in at the door.
That's me. I'm going in.
First stop in my extreme biblical makeover, wardrobe, where I'm fitted with a t-shirt best described as very New Testament.
Bartholomew.
Now it's my turn to get pantyhose put on my head.
So now we're getting you in a wig cap.
Uh-huh.
Cover up your hair so when you get your wig on, you kind of protect it from your sweat. I'm not sure, you might have to lose this.
No, I did some research, and Bartholomew
He had
definitely
that?
wore the watch.
Yeah.
He was all about being punctual for his Last Supper. All right.
Yeah.
Now what do I do? Makeup?
You're gonna go to makeup.
Okay, makeup.
That's what I'm hoping you look like.
This is what we're shooting for. God, what kind of makeup is this?
It is important.
This is cadaver makeup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seriously? No, it says it. It's cadaver gray. It's when you know your career's taken a bold, new, and exciting turn. Do you have any makeup preferences, Mr. Rowe? Yeah, I like a gray. Something in a cadaver.
They go through a lot of makeup here. 50 gallons every summer on both face and hands.
Oh.
Looking good.
I just made the mistake of looking at myself in the mirror. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how could he get any more good looking?
You got to look a little older. Each stroke makes you look a little older.
Now that I'm aged to perfection,
You're done.
I'm done?
Yeah?
All right, I'm done.
Done.
it's back to wardrobe. For my wardrobe.
Bartholomew tie-dyed?
Pretty much.
This is muslin?
Yes. That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Because I'm behind the table. Yeah, I don't have to worry about my shoes or anything.
No.
All right, good.
Okay.
Now I get a head.
Right, you get a wig.
Wigs. And heads.
So there you are, an apostle.
Wow. I'm Bartholomew.
Yeah, perfect.
The intermission, I think, has just begun. So we'll take another break, too, and I'll walk around and see if I can meet Jesus. Have you seen Jesus? You this way?
The Pageant of the Masters is winding down, and I am about to make my apostolic debut in the Last Supper. But before I do, I'd really love to meet the star of the painting.
Have you seen Jesus? You this way? I miss Jesus. Did you see Jesus back there by chance? Jesus. I'm Mike.
Oh, I'm Kim.
It's a pleasure. Is this all of us? I think we should put a band together. Where's Jesus? Over there. He sits by himself? What? Seriously. Too good for the rest of us.
And just when I'm about to meet the man himself,
please don't get up. I feel like
We need you guys to come in.
we get the call. It's showtime.
I can't believe Jesus is getting bossed around. I gotta pee. You hate to go out there when you have to pee. Somebody gonna remind me what to do? It's like this and this.
Guys, maybe on your poses, please. Thank you very much.
My last handler is Rob Deutsch. His job? Make sure I am a perfect poser.
Very, very close to the cue. Pretty exciting. I'm gonna do this. I gotta pee. You hate to go out there when you have to pee.
Somebody going to remind me what to do? It's like this and this.
Guys,
right?
can you go on your poses, please? Thank you very much. Sorry.
My last handler is Rob Deutsch. His job? Make sure I am a perfect poser.
Very, very close to the cue. Pretty excited. I'm going to do this for 90 seconds.
With those 3 wraps on the Last Supper table, things start to move fast. I admit it, I'm kind of nervous. I mean, in the 82-year history of Bartholomew's, I don't want to be remembered as the one who blew the finale of the pageant and became the most hated disciple since Judas. Oh, this is happening.
By Leonardo da Vinci, The Last Supper.
That was awesome. That's great. All I was doing was staring at the tip of your finger. I just stared at it. Really, really great, guys. Thank you.
So to sum up, back in 1932, out of the Great Depression, a group of starving artists decide to bring classic paintings to life in order to draw attention to their artistic beach community. Here we are, 82 years later, with 500 people coming together every summer to keep that tradition alive, and tens of thousands gathering to watch. I just might be back myself next year, because, let's face it, I'm a natural.
Doing this for 90 seconds at a time. I could do this all day. But I won't.